Hi everyone, my name is Becky. Welcome to my channel. I do AngelScopes. AngelScopes are readings that I do where I tune in to the angels and also my guides and get messages and deliver those to you to help you along on your path as we go through the year. Now, this particular month of March 2018, we are going to be looking at that full moon occurring right out of the gate, guys, on March 1st, around 11 degrees Virgo. Now this particular full moon will be standing right across the sky from Pisces. So the Virgo-Pisces axis will indeed be in play. Now, if you know your natal chart, you could also see where 11 degrees Virgo is occurring there to get further clues. But for now, we're going to be looking at the solar chart, combining them with the tarot, and of course, I always give the last word to the angels. Now for me, astrology truly is a cosmic code. Really the language of source energy writ in the heavens. They're readily available for us to use as we go on our journey through this life. Now for me, this code, as it were, is always for our greatest good. It's always to help us as we go along. It's always there, given freely in love to all of us. And so, I would like to use that this month as we go through the readings. We're going to be looking at the configuration in the solar chart because that works for everybody. All right? So, hang on to your hats, guys. We are getting ready to enter March 2018 with a full moon right in Virgo. See you there. Hi Sagittarius, it's Becky and we are here for your March 2018 reading. We're going to be reading for the first half of March and we're going to be talking about that full moon energy which just happened a couple of days ago and will be in play for about the first couple of weeks, maybe even the whole month of March until the next full moon at the end of the month. So we've got a lot to talk about today. And this full moon that just occurred a couple of days ago is falling in your solar chart, Sagittarius, in the 10th house, and it is standing across the sky from the sun, which is sitting right in your 4th house. What does that mean? That means that the full moon is shining a spotlight in the 10th house, which represents the career you have, your goals, fame, success, achievements, even your public image. Okay? And the sun, standing right across from that full moon, is shining a huge light into the 4th house, which is at the base of the solar chart, Sagittarius. It's at the base of your sky. It is indeed your home, your family, your roots, your emotional foundation. So I anticipate in our reading today, we're going to see some kind of energy playing back and forth between the career and the home, family and goals, things of that nature. Okay, so I've already created a sacred space. Whoops, sorry if I moved that camera. Okay, here we go. We have our trusty Rider-Waite deck that we will be using for the spread, crowned by one card from the Romance Angels Oracle cards and one card from Messages from Your Angels. Now, let's see what's going to happen. Oh yes, I already have my it's kind of like a globe, really, or a giant marble of rose quartz to give us a little bit of love boost today as we go through the reading. So here we go, Sag. Angels, we are here with Sagittarius, and we would like to know what is the overall energy that they are dealing with as a result of this full moon in Virgo. The full moon in Virgo at 11 degrees that occurred a couple of days ago. Angels, what is the overall energy that they may expect to deal with? Our Sagittarian friends. Overall energy, angels, for Sagittarius. Here it is. Thank you, angels. Angels, what are some obstacles that may arise as a result of this energy shift in the sky for Sagittarius as a result of that Virgo full moon? For Sagittarius, there it is. Angels, how best how best should Sagittarius deal with this obstacle? There it is. Okay. Or the advice card, rather. Okay, let's take a look, Sagittarius. We're going to turn these all over. Yep. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm going to just take a quick look. Okay, you can see those. Good. All right, let's look at the cards first one by one, and then I'm going to give you a summary of what I see right off the bat. Then we'll go into more detail. All right, here we have the Four of Rods as the overall energy. Any obstacles that may pop up as a result of this moon is the Fool card. It is a major energy in the tarot and one that carries a lot of punch. And the advice from the angels on how best to navigate that energy of perhaps that obstacle that may pop up is the Page of Wands. Okay, so if we look at this just briefly, we can sum it up as this, initially on the surface. Okay, Sagittarius. It looks like to me, from looking at this, that a lot of you may have been taking some time off. And by time off, I mean a rest period. Some of you may have decided to take a break, maybe even take a few days off work. If you do not have to report to a particular place of employment, you may have just been taking a bit of rest in your home or visiting a friend. Whatever it is, you have been, I just heard the words, out of the game. Thank you, angels. You may have even just felt you were out of the game. That could very well be the case. But for whatever it is, as we get into this full moon energy that just occurred in Virgo, on March 1 or 2, depending on where you are on the planet. And this full moon energy will be with us now for 2 to 4 weeks until the next full moon, possibly at the end of March. All right, so it looks like to me you guys have been sort of either out of the game, as my guides just said to me, or you've been just taking a break. Maybe, and I just heard you needed a rest. So if you did need a rest, good. This moon coming into that 4th house for you, into the 10th house of career, is standing across the sky from the sun in your 4th house of home and family. So you may have actually been taking some time to be with the family at home. Now, this full moon, however, is, I just heard, summoning you to a new beginning, a new start. And my guess it's going to be a call to a new career, or it's a call to new success. It's a call to a new image, a new public image that you're wishing to put out into the world. But whatever it is, I'm looking at this right now as a particular job offer. All right, so the obstacle that may come up, embodied by the Fool, as for some of you Sagittarius, is that whatever this particular offer that's coming in, that you have been waiting patiently for, the offer is going to require you to take a risk. Now, what is that risk? What is that risk? It's unclear right just this second because we're looking at the summation. There is going to be some kind of offer that's coming in. And if we build this in the context of that 10th house of career and public image, my guess is that this job offer or this career offer or this career development that you will get news of, your career development that you will get news of, it's going to be something very creative for you, however you define that for you, and it's going to require a bit of a risk. Now, the obstacle here in the center, the Fool card, embodies risk-taking. So if you have been reluctant to take risks and you've always played it safe, which is not like you, Sagittarius, but I'm just saying, if you have, then you're going to be asking yourself if you're ready to take this leap of faith that's getting ready to come toward you. And what I want to say is, if you are a Sagittarius who does take risks all throughout your life, and you have actually gone on these adventures of yours, as it were, and these new journeys, and they're not really journeys like travel. What they are, well, some of you may have to travel for this, and that's the risk. But at Sagittarius, you love to take risks and start new and creative projects. And so if you have been doing that in your past and you've just recently taken a time out, then rest assured that you will have to marshal your forces again, because it's time to take a risk. Okay. And that's going to be coming into you in the form of a message, some kind of news. It's going to involve some sort of creative endeavor. Now, I mean, it could be anything. Creativity or creative endeavor, it really depends on each person's definition of that. You could have, yes, of course, a career in the arts, a career in writing, a career in any kind of music, whatever it is. But it's also, nonetheless, a career, even in business, can be creative. It can be creative. Even if it's, computer programming is creative. I mean, look at Microsoft, or look at Apple, look at Steve Jobs, or look at Bill Gates. These are creative minds, geniuses, really, who have created something and given birth to it, and it's changed the planet. Okay? All right, so let's go one by one. Overall, this energy that you are coming into March with is this. Now, this full moon is standing in your career sector. However, my guess is that you're feeling the tug of home and family. And my guess is you probably wish you could spend more time at home, and there may be some kind of, what's the word I want, angels? It's not risk. There may be a tug. I hear the word tug. There may be a little bit of tug of war going on. I mean, you're being kind of pulled into this new beginning that's about to start in your career sector, and how the world perceives you. And also part of you just wants to take a rest at home and be with family and friends. All right? But that's the overall energy. Sort of that opposition between the 10th house, where that full moon is shining a light. They're saying, hello, Sagittarius, look over here. Look at your career. We know your sun is sitting in that 4th house of home, but look over here. Because why? Because you're being called, I just heard, called to a new life. I don't know what that is. It'll be different for everybody. But this card here is a major energy in the tarot. And you can see this young man. He is happy as a lark. He's about to step off this cliff, and he doesn't even notice it. Why? Because he has faith. He has faith in the heavens above, in the sun, in source energy. He has faith. He's got a beautiful flower in his hand, and he has his few possessions there. Basically, he's footloose and fancy free, and he has even his little dog here to kind of help him and give him all the love and support he needs to take this risk. So try, if you can, if there is an offer that comes through for you regarding this new development in career, and I'm not just talking about job to job to job. I'm talking about big time, overarching career. Not just, well, I'm leaving this place and I'm going down the street to that place. That day-to-day work-a-day life is not the 10th house. The 10th house is bigger stuff, okay? So the obstacle may be to convince yourself to take the risk. The obstacle may be that you're wanting to sit here because you're not quite ready to come out of that home environment, almost like a caterpillar inside a cocoon waiting to be reborn as the butterfly. He's got to come out of that cocoon, and he's got to take wing and take flight, right? And test his wings. He doesn't need that butterfly that's just formed inside the cocoon from that caterpillar. He doesn't know if he's going to be airborne or if he's going to collapse on the ground and be eaten by whatever happens to come along that eats butterflies. He takes a risk and he takes flight. He flaps his wings for the first time and soars. And that's what you're being asked to consider here, to be open to it. Because what we've got here, the advice from the angels is this. A page of wands means that there is information, offers, some kind of communication coming to you, okay? And it is to do with something that you are passionate about doing, something that feeds your creative soul, or somehow in some way nourishes you, because we've got these little green sprigs on this rod, this wand. Both terms mean the same thing. And there will be a message coming through. It may not, I just heard it may not come till the end of March. I just heard that. But nonetheless, you are being encouraged to face your fears, have faith, because he does have faith. He has faith that he will be protected when he leaps off into this new adventure. And Sagittarius, you have great faith because your home in the sky is the 9th house of philosophy, religion, spiritual matters that relate to religion, and even in spirituality in terms of your belief systems, your morals, your ethics. You have great faith in whatever higher power governs your life and guides you, okay? We can call it source energy in general terms, but whatever name you give to that, you do have that. That is part of your ethos. That's how you move through the world. And that guides your every step on these grand adventures. And there is one coming through. Now, if this has to do with relationship, which it could very well, I'm not feeling it so much for that, but it could very well. Then it's really the same thing. You might have been, as my guides and angels just said, out of the game of dating for a while, but guess what? They're asking you to stay open to taking that leap of faith and starting out again on the journey. You're at the 0 point, which means if you're at the 0 point in the field of all possibilities, you're right at that moment, like right before the Big Bang, basically. It's in the field of all possibility. Everything is possible within that 0 point, okay? And it may come to you, a message, it may come electronically. I just heard online dating. I don't know if you're doing online dating, but it doesn't matter. It can come from anywhere, from groups you attend. It can come from the work environment. If you are, moving up the ladder, so to speak, in your career, or new developments happen in your career, and you go on this journey and take a chance, maybe it requires a bit of a move, maybe to another location, another city, another town, then you just may very well find that someone is placed in your path that offers you a passionate and creative, fun, adventurous, and enjoyable dating scenario, and even building into something greater, into maybe a full-fledged relationship. So it could go either way, but let's go ahead and consult the Romance Angels cards. Romance Angels, we are here with our Sagittarius friends, and we are wishing to receive a message for them regarding love in the month of March, specifically as a result of this full moon energy affecting their 10th and 4th house. No? Okay. 4th house, 10th house axis on their zodiac solar. There it is. Okay, they want that one. Okay. Wow. Yep, there it is. Sagittarius, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Okay. So whatever, if this is love, Sagittarius, let go of control issues. You see that guy? He's not worried about controlling anything. He's not worried about controlling anything. He's just allowing source energy to guide him. And that's what this card is saying to you. If you do find yourself trying to control how something's going to go, think of the image on this card. He is footloose, fancy-free. He doesn't carry a lot of baggage. So the message is here is to release any baggage you may have that you may be carrying forward with you into your new or improved relationship if you're already in one, or the new one if you're not already in one. So whatever, you were carrying before, that heavy emotional baggage, let it go. Let it go. You need to travel light and travel right. Whether we're talking in real terms or whether we're talking about esoteric terms, spiritual terms. Travel light and travel right. Okay? And just let things develop, because they're coming in. They're developing. Okay? Angels have your back, and they know what you want in that department. Let's go over here. Okay, and I just heard some of you may be afraid to leave this. Some of you actually may be afraid. Frankly, I don't know many Sagittarians that are afraid of anything, but you may be a bit reluctant simply because you may have been in this position of out of the gameness, so to speak, for so long. It may be that you're wanting to take up that sword, get off this table, take up the sword, basically, get off. It's actually a what do I want to say? It's actually in a church, like someone at rest in one of the oh gosh, what's the word I want? It's like a sarcophagus where this knight has been buried, but he's resting here and taking a time out. You may, okay, get up off of that slab of rock or wood, grab your sword, one of them off the wall or one over here that you've laid down, and you may be, ready to jump into action, but trying to control too much. So just let God and the angels guide you. That's all I can say. Just let them guide you. They're willing and able, and they are ready to guide you, but you're just going to have to kind of have a little bit of faith. And this card does speak to faith yet again, and you, Sagittarius, definitely have faith. Okay, so let's go here. Angels, we're with Sagittarius. Could you give us another message for them as we consider that full moon? It's just occurring. There it is. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh my goodness gracious. I love it when this happens. Now you have the card Patience, and you will see this beautiful angel there as she looks out over the sunset, over the ocean, and she says to you, Sagittarius, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future, you will synthesize your knowledge into action. And that's exactly what we said here. Number one, to let go of control issues, you're going to have patience. Yes, with yourself, and also to embark on, or to be open, to open yourself up to embarking on this new adventure, whether it's in career, whether it's in love context, whichever way, or even both ways. As we go right into March, the angel is saying this is a time for study, this is a time to gather info and enjoy being a student, okay? Now what that means is while you've been in this kind of out of the game state, you probably have been doing some deep thinking. You may have been doing some study on your own, or gathering information, doing research online. You guys are great at research. But pretty soon, in fact, probably sometime later in this month, as long as you can let go of those control issues, here comes your chance, Sagittarius. Open to the chance. It will come in. It may not come in full development right now, but you're going to get this message or this communication that's related to this opportunity, and it's going to launch you on yet another grand adventure. Wow, Sagittarius, I love that. It's so exciting. I feel this energy of momentum building, and it's just fabulous. I love it for you. Okay, Sagittarius, that is it for the first half of March. I'll be back around the middle of March with another update. But for now, I wish you peace and richest blessings and, of course, great love. Until I see you again, bye-bye.